But yeah, what the hell I was about to say? I don't know, but I guess we can go ahead and get into the video. I lost my whole train of thought, whatever I was getting ready to say.
I know
I
what
know
you was about to say.
what. What I was
Welcome
about to
back to the Down South Philly show.
say.
Swag drama.
Welcome back to the Down South Philly show. I am your Down South Philly host, co-host, Dom. I don't even know how to put the names on the screen, but
Oh, they there. Don't worry, they'll be there by the time.
we got to edit the video. I forgot, and we just edited
And
them
it's
all.
your co-host DP.
What's going on, y'all? Look, man, we back. We just want to come in and touch on the games of the week. It's week 1, man. We already 2 games in. First game of the season, Thursday night, kicked off Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. Kansas City did their thing. Then game number 2 was last night, which was a Friday night. The Philadelphia Eagles took on the Green Bay Packers. Took on the Green Bay Packers. Both of those games, both of them was pretty good games, especially for week 1. Of course, a lot of mistakes. But yeah, so tonight we're gonna go ahead and talk about the rest of the games for week 1. Out of the week 1 games, which one of these games you most interested in seeing?
Most interested in seeing just from the aspect of them being like the next man up for us, next competition. I want to check out that Atlanta Steelers game. Atlanta got a quarterback again. They got Kirk Cousins, and they've been stockpiling weapons for about 2 to 3 years now. Obviously, they got Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. So I mean, they got some nice pieces over there. I think they retooled the offensive line. And Raheem Morrison is the head coach, I think, ain't he?
It's crazy. I don't know who the head coach is. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah, I think they just got a new head coach, Raheem Morrison. If not, I edit it out of the video.
They had what's his name? I can see his face,
Smith
but
or something like that.
I can't see his. I can't think of his name. Yeah, that might be his name. Yeah, I think it was something like that. I can see his face. I couldn't think of his name, but I think that is his name.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see them. And then on the opposite side, I want to see it's reports coming out saying that Russell Wilson might not be playing. He been dealing with this calf. It kept him out of the preseason a little bit. But I'm interested to see Russ in the new setting, to see if he can kind of kill the doubters, the haters, the naysayers that say that he over the hill. And if not, we'll see Fields. So that's the game. That's the game I'm most excited to see. Not because it's box office, but because I just after last night's game, I'm just ready to get back in the film room.
What kind of camera? What's your camera? What you?
This the Canon.
You got it on autofocus?
Yeah, what is going in and out?
You might want to put it on manual.
Oh, it's not.
Cause you going in and out like a mug. But while he doing that, I want to see that game as well. What I think Russell Wilson doing is he know Fields behind him. So he like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and doggone fake this injury. Fields gonna go out there, stink it up, and I'm gonna be good for the rest of the season because everybody gonna be like, put Russ in. That way, I ain't gotta go out there, mess up, and then now they calling for Fields. So he go ahead and get in out the way early. He like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get young boy out there on the field. No NBA, but I'm gonna get him out there on the field. He gonna mess up. week 1, and I ain't got to worry about him for the rest of the season. So I think that's what Russell Wilson doing behind the scenes. He trying to be smart. He trying to go ahead and get Fields out the way early, so that way he ain't got to look over his shoulder, because he know once Fields go out there mess up, everybody gonna be like, "Yep, he is what we thought he was." Put Russ in, and then Russ know he good for the rest of the season. Unless doggone they go out and trade for Malik Willis once Jordan Lutnow's playing. But not on the real. I do want to see. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting over there in Pittsburgh. But I, like you said, I really want to see Atlanta. Because that's our next opponent. So I really want to see what they got going on. Of course, whatever they do have going on, they're gonna try to tighten that up versus us week 2. But I still want to see a little bit of what they got going on. And outside of that game, outside of them being our next opponent, it is a lot of. I really want to see everybody, but because I want to see, and of course, everybody in the division. I really want to see that Tampa Washington game. Personally, I hope Tampa beat the brakes off them boys. Man, I don't even want it to be close. I hope they bless the rookie in his first game. I'm talking about baptize him.
I
hope they baptize him. But I do think so one thing about Washington, we're gonna go ahead and get into these games in a minute once I say this, because we'll be all over the place. And this stuff we could talk about once we get to the team anyway. But one thing about Washington, I think what's gonna help Jaden Daniels out is with them having what's the head coach name?
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn, yeah. With them having Dan Quinn, I think they're gonna have with them having Dan Quinn and with them having some of the pieces they have on defense, I think they're gonna have a pretty decent defense that's gonna allow them to stay in games. So that'll give Jaden Daniels, a little bit of time to develop and a little bit of time to, win some games. Like he'll always, I ain't gonna say he'll always be in there, but I think the defense will be, pretty sturdy. Well, like a lot of these 50-50 games, they'll still be in them. With a chance to win probably towards the end of the game. But we go ahead and go down the line. We already said, what the first 2 games of the season was. We kind of talked about the Atlanta Steelers game. I don't know if you want to elaborate any more on that, but
not from a analysis standpoint, but I do. I'm picking the Falcons to win that game though.
Yeah, me as well. I picked Atlanta to win that game just because I don't know what the Steelers got going on over there. In week 1, it ain't really. I just think, and then I like what Atlanta got going on. So I think they can just come in there week 1 and win that game. And it's in Atlanta, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's looking like the teams that's
at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking that's a home game for Atlanta. So I like Atlanta to win that game. What about the Bills Cardinals?
That's an interesting game because I really want to see what Allen is gonna look like without his weapons, and with it just being on him. Are they gonna focus more on the run game like they did down the stretch last year?
It'll be serious.
Yeah. Or are they gonna depend on the young dudes that's on the team? They got the rookie Keelan Cole and the others who was on the team last year, but just a super young core. No Diggs, no what was the number 2? Davis. No Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
They got 2 dynamic tight ends, so they may just run the ball and lean on the 2 tight ends, Dalton Kincaid and I can't remember the other dude's name, but they got two tight ends to lean on as well. Knox, I think is his name. But and the Bills always have a good defense, but they lost some pieces on defense as well. So I'm interested to see, are they gonna be the Bills as of late that's been just running through the division every year, or are they gonna take a step back because it's all on Allen again? Obviously Allen is older now. He's more mature as a as a passer. It'll be interesting to see if he can calm down on his turnovers, because he could be a bit reckless at times. But now that he don't have nobody to force feed the ball, maybe he can just throw to the open guy instead of forcing it to Diggs every other play. But from the Cardinals side, I just really want to see. I didn't get to see a whole lot of tape on Marvin Harrison Jr. Um, Everything you hear, all the rankings, they got him ranked over vets. I'm just ready to see like what he looked like. Is he really the second coming of Jesus, or I need to see what the hype is about. So I'm anxious to see what all the young receivers look like in that game. Pretty much know what you're getting from that offense. Gannon, decent coordinator. So it'll be good to see Kaiser White fly around. Now that we seem to have some competent linebackers, it won't hurt so bad. But that's what I'm looking forward to. But even with all that being said, I'm still picking the Bills to pull that one out.
Yeah, I picked the Bills in that game as well. The one thing I'll say about the Bills is I feel like it could go one or two ways for them, with them getting rid of Diggs. It could be a situation where like now it feels, because like when you got a number one wide receiver, and especially a receiver like Diggs, sometimes you feel like you gotta force it to that guy, and especially if they the type of wide receiver like Diggs, where he gonna kind of like
You gonna
command the
say
ball.
something?
Yeah, he gonna say something. So sometimes, like when you get rid of a guy like that, it allows you to play more freely. Kind of like how they was talking about Love, when what's my dog name that left? That went to the Raiders. I always forget everybody's name when I get on the stream, but
Devontae Adams.
yeah, Devontae Adams. I be drawing the blank, but I know all these dudes' names. But anyway, but like they was talking about Love, they was like, when Devontae Adams left, it kind of he was able, in their mind, in theory, they were saying he's probably able to play more freely because he wouldn't have had to feel like he got to force the ball to, number one wide receiver, and Devontae Adams established it and all that or whatever. So, it could be a situation like that for the Bills. Plus, like you said, the run game, they could get more into their bag with the run game, which I think they need to. Yeah, well, you could tell, like, once they started running the ball last year, I was like, oh, I thought it was a wrap for everybody. But I do think they should incorporate more of their run game, feed the receivers, let that open up the pass game or whatever. And I think they'll be all right. Now it could be a situation when they feel like, end up, not panning out like that. They might not run the ball, and the receivers can't get open. And we already know they Allen turnover prone. You're gonna throw some interceptions. So yeah, so we'll see. But I still, like you said, I'm gonna still roll with the Bills on that one. As far as the Cardinals, I'm interested to see what their whole team look like. Last year, like I watched a little bit of their games, like towards the beginning of the season. I like the way their defense was flying around. In the offense, of course, they was down. Kyler Murray wasn't there, but they was battling with backup. Did they have Dobbs? Is that who they had?
Yeah, they had Dobbs in the
Dobbs before he
beginning.
went to the Vikings.
Because that's who beat Dallas.
Dallas, yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the Cardinals. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals won, but I think I'd take the Bills in that one. I don't really know what to expect from the Bills. I don't really know what to expect from either one of them, but I'm gonna go ahead and roll with the Bills on that one.
Yeah. Ultimately, I just trust Allen more because, like you said, there's so many unknowns.
Yeah, and so I done totally went off my I done went off the schedule. What the schedule at? What's that next game? What about the Chicago Bears, Tennessee Titans?
Oh man, I gotta see what the young boy got, man. Everybody been talking about him since like he was in college. Caleb Williams, number 1 draft pick in the past NFL draft. They moved mountains for this young man. He got Rome Odunze, who's a rookie. He got
Man,
Keenan Allen. He got
man.
the other wide receiver
DJ Moore.
from DJ Moore, Cole Kmet as a tight end. They went and signed Smith out of Smith. They went and signed Swift out of free agency, DeAndre Swift. Obviously, y'all already know how we feel about that linebacker core that they have over there in TJ Edwards and Edmonds. They got some pieces on the back end of that defense. They went out and traded for Montez Sweat last year to kind of fortify the pass rush. So they have all the tools to be dangerous, and we're gonna find out real soon just how good Caleb is, because outside of him being a rookie, it won't really be no other excuse for him to succeed.
Yeah. Who you got winning that game?
Who they playing again? I ain't got so wrapped up in Caleb. The Titans. So I got the Bears winning that game. I got the rookie winning his first game. Opposite him, they got Will Levitt starting for the Tennessee Titans. My boy got a bag, man. Your boy Calvin Ridley. They broke him off this offseason. So he gonna be featured as a number one along with DeAndre Hopkins. Not really sure what else he got left. He just been hobbled with injuries. Not to say that he ain't a dog. He just been. It seemed like every year, some kind of injury bug just hit him.
Man, I hate to see wide receivers when they start getting towards the end of their career.
They just start getting hurt.
They started like Julio. It was like, man, dang.
Yeah, he was a shell of himself.
Getting hurt.
DJ
Thomas and the Saints for the Saints.
He never did bounce back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all of them kind of. I mean, I guess that position is demanding though, like from an explosive standpoint. They gotta. That's where they make their bread and butter off of explode. Obviously, they got to catch the ball, and that'll keep you in the league. But that explosion, getting off the line, wear on you, I guess. But
it just be crazy when you can just start telling like, yeah, this person probably ain't. They got a couple more like okay to good years in them. Injuries. Once you start getting them injuries like that, it's like, all right, they on their way out the league. And NFL career ain't really too long anyway, especially skill positions.
3 to 5.
So
yeah, I got the Bears winning that one though.
That's your thoughts that you got on Tennessee?
Yeah, pretty much. I really don't have, because I mean they did just get rid of Vrabel, which I thought was a bad move on their part.
Yeah, I did too.
So
why did they move off him like that? He was always like he was in almost the playoffs.
He kept him relevant. I mean that'll make just as much sense as people saying get rid of Nick
Brown.
Right. So I mean that wasn't his fault, but
no, that wasn't his fault. But I'm saying it made just as much sense as that. Is what I'm saying.
That's true. That's true.
No sense at all. But which he didn't want to get personally. He didn't want to get rid of him. That was like above his head, I guess. But yeah, I got Chicago winning that game as well. Just go ahead and put that out there before I talk about them a little bit. But I feel the same way about Chicago that I do about Washington, in the fact that I think they going, regardless of what they do on offense, I think that their defense will be able to keep them. Let's say Caleb get out there and he turning the ball over or just making rookie mistakes or whatever, which I mean, it's a possibility, but I don't think he might do a whole lot of that. But as a rookie, you're gonna do some of that. So the games that would probably be 50-50 games for them, or things like that. I think their defense will be able to keep them in games, and they have a chance towards the end of games to pull something out. Now, how many games they gonna win? I have to look at their schedule and see what I think about the teams that they have to face and how those teams start shaping out towards the middle of the season. But as far as this game, I got Chicago winning. Tennessee, Matter of fact, before I get to Tennessee, I like what Chicago got going on over there. I wish they would have did a little bit of that for Fields. I really didn't even like the coaching that he Fields got while he was there anyway. Like a lot of times, players' careers depend on what team they go to and how the organization is ran, how the coaching goes. Like you could take somebody like Fields if he had a like came to Philly, like I feel like he would have been a whole different player. Like just because of how our organization is ran, I don't think people would have felt the same way about him like they feel about him now. A lot of people career, a lot of players' careers get messed up just due to wherever they got drafted or whatever. But we'll see what Fields end up doing over there with the Steelers. They got it, I believe, in they coaching and stuff over there. But anyway, Tennessee. I don't really got a lot to say about them. It's gonna be interesting. Like you said, D Hop is he hobbling over there. They talking about first they were saying that he wasn't gonna play. Now I was hearing things today that he gonna go ahead and play with a messed up leg or whatever. I think he got something that might be wrong with his MCL or something like that. But
yeah, man, they in a low key rebuild mode. So I mean, I don't really I got them finishing like in the basement of the AFC South anyway.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna I kind of do like some of the moves that they made. Now I don't know what made them pay really like that. And I'm not saying it ain't gonna pan out. You never really know. It depends on how they scheme the game up for them. What they can I'm not gonna say that they was wrong for paying them, but it just kind of I didn't see that coming that they would pay
Nobody
him.
did.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming where they pay him that much, but hey,
get your money, young man.
Yeah, you believe in what you believe in. They might see something that a lot of people don't. A lot of times you got to believe in what you believe in. Don't worry about the next.
He still run a mean route. I tell you that much.
What the world? That's why I try not to judge teams because a lot of times, they could be right, we could be wrong, and I'm not even saying they was wrong for doing it. I'm just saying I didn't see that coming. But I got Chicago winning that game. Caleb in his debut. Moving on to the next game. Bengals Patriots.
That's an interesting game. There's been a lot of drama this offseason from the Bengals pass catchers, man. They Higgins, they number 2. He wanted some money. They was at odds. The Bengals is kind of the wrong organization to kind of get into a beef like that with, because
right,
they don't pay their wide receivers. So I mean, he ended up having to cave in and come into camp. Ja'Marr Chase is one of the premier pass catchers in the league, probably top 2 or 3 in the league. But he still got 2 years left on his deal. I understand that he all his guaranteed money is gone. But that's another situation where he just got to come into camp and camp over with now, but he just got to come in and play because he under contract. So both of them kind of, I think, had to take a L on the money for now. They both gonna get paid. They just got to play through the season. Hopefully, nothing that they did, sets them up for injury, because then that's gonna play right into the hands of the Bengals. But I suspect both of them to get paid. They did lose Joe Mixon, which is a huge loss to me. Not only Mixon being a good runner, but they lost Samaje Perine, which is a solid backup. Plus, he a good third down back. He'll catch it. And
where you went to?
He went. Damn, I just saw him yesterday. He played for a team that just played.
Oh, only team
one of the 4 that just played. He don't play for us. He don't play for the Packers.
Ravens, Kansas City.
So I feel like he might be a backup in Kansas City. He either with Kansas City or the Ravens. I can't remember which one, but he was one of them. Either way, it's a solid move.
Derrick Henry wasn't on the field enough for the Ravens. So I don't know if that's who they kept sticking out there on the field.
I think it's Kansas City because it was Justice. Justice was on the field for Ravens.
Oh, not to get off subject, but I was watching something today, and literally last night when we was talking about the game, I said that's the way that they were supposed. The way we use Saquon is the way they were supposed to use Derrick Henry. So I'm watching something today. They said the exact same thing. They was like, that's how the Ravens were supposed to debut Derrick Henry, and it might have been Chris Long. It might have been Chris Long podcast that I was listening to, but whoever it was, that's exactly what they said. They was like, that's how you use a running back that you just acquired and paid that much money for, because that Ravens game ain't make no sense to me. Like, but anyway, back to the Bengals.
Yeah, they lost some good talent in the backfield, so I'm interested to see how they replace that. I didn't pay enough attention to them like what they did in the draft. So
Right.
I think just like every year, it comes down to a healthy Joe. If Joe healthy, they'll do something. If Joe not healthy, they're gonna be right there on the couch at the end of the season. So I think they probably one of the teams that has the biggest variable of what they could look like from week to week, just based off of Joe's health. I still got them winning though over the Patriots.
Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. Now, I'm not necessarily the type of person that'd be like, "Hey, y'all need to put this kind of attention on the person." But if Joe go ahead and get hurt again this year, man, with that, they gotta put that label on him. They
You
gotta
gonna
put
put
that
that
label.
prone on them.
Yeah, they gotta put that label on him, man. Because the only reason why I say that, man, and I hate to do this, but the only reason why I say that is because they don't hold every quarterback to the same standards. Like a lot, they treat. I hate the way that the media and stuff like treat quarterbacks, because they not even quarterbacks, but players. They basically treat
They favorite players.
they basically treat you based on where you was drafted at. So where you was drafted at and what you did probably in college and stuff like that. So
Or who like you.
if they like
who
you,
likes you matters.
yeah. If their narrative, and a lot of times if it fit their narrative that you was good coming out of college and they believed in you. Now, once you get to the NFL, they're gonna ride your coattail till the wheels fall off, even if you ain't did nothing, like Justin Herbert. They keep talking about this dude top 5, bro. Top 5 what? Talented? Because he ain't doing nothing.
Well,
every time I hear this dude's name come up, it pisses me off.
He got a laser rocket arm.
Justin? Huh? What'd you
He got
say?
a laser. He got a cannon for an arm.
And it ain't doing them no good because they ain't winning no games. They ain't going to the playoffs. They ain't winning no playoff games. He got a laser arm sitting on the couch every for real. They keep talking about this dude like he the come on, man. Him and Trevor Lawrence. They keep putting these dudes in the top 5. They not top 5. I'm sorry.
They're getting paid like they in the top 5.
And I don't even say I'm sorry. I don't know why I said it. I hate when people say I'm sorry. But but anyway, they not top 5, man. I ain't even gonna get on my pedestal about that, but I hate I hate when people don't bring them 2 in the top 5. They ain't doing nothing. Y'all just like that they talented and y'all believed in them coming out of college and where they got drafted at. Now, somebody get drafted in 2nd and 3rd round, y'all ready to throw them away as soon as they do the same exact thing that Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence doing. Because if Trevor Lawrence was drafted in the 3rd round, y'all be talking about that man like a dog. And doing the exact same thing he doing now, just based off where he was drafted at. Like, the only thing keeping him afloat right now is his college career. That's what's keeping that man afloat. His college career and what y'all thought about him coming out. Because otherwise, he'd probably be on another team already.
That's fast. But yeah, you're right about Joe. Joe is this a make or break year for him being injury prone or not. Like, he get hurt at all this year. I don't care if it's a hangnail. He gonna have to, you know how people had the Walter Payton patch on. He gonna have a crutch patch on next year coming out the tunnel. Just put a crutch patch on right next to his seat.
Hey, I see that in my head right now, but hey, I think he gonna be straight just for the simple fact of I think he be taking it's every other year, so he gonna be straight this year. He gonna be hurt. He gonna be hurt again next season, so he gonna make it through this one. They'll be in the playoffs. They'll be in the AFC Championship.
He got two hungry ass wide receivers this year. So I don't know if that's gonna be them being in their feelings or them just trying to get as much money as possible. For Chase, I don't think it probably don't matter for either one because wide receivers just getting broke off. This is a good time to be a wide receiver.
Man, have your kids out there running routes, people.
Or throwing.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's who really getting the money. But we didn't touch on New England at all. Not that it's much to talk about with them.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right there. So we're gonna move on. But nah, go ahead.
I mean, they just ever since the GOAT left, Bill has kind of been exposed in. Not that he's not a good coach, but as far as like his recruiting and scouting of talent and drafting good players. Now, defense historically has always been good over there, but they couldn't draft a wide receiver to save their life. Mac Jones ended up being a bust. Got traded up out of there.
They ruined that man. We don't know what
they
Mac
did.
Jones was. They messed that man career up the way they.
They never gave him a number 3.
They never gave that man a real chance. They out here. What was the other dude? They kept putting him in and out. Then they kept changing up. They changing up coordinators. They putting Zappy in for the quarter. They putting Mac Jones in for a doggone 2 minutes, taking them like, man, it was a doggone one of them shows over there. You know, the stuff you stuck in.
It seemed like, Mayo was a great player for him. I don't know how he gonna be as a coach. We're gonna see. This is his first year over there. So hopefully he do well and start to change the culture over there.
And they should have
because they got a bridge quarterback in Jacoby Brissett, just a solid backup, and Drake May. They just drafted, top 5, top 10, somewhere in there. So he probably won't get to play, but the way they looking, maybe he'll be in there by the middle of the season. It just depends.
Let him sit on the bench
and soak it up.
Yeah, like don't mess this quarterback up. Not for real. And I mean, just kind of looking at his college tape, he look like he got some potential. So if they don't probably throw him out there too early or do something crazy with him once they get him out, just give him a chance, whatever. Give him some of that Jordan Love treatment.
He looked good in the preseason. I mean, I know we got to take that with a grain of salt, but I did come out of the preseason with a newfound respect for him. I didn't really watch too much of his college tape, but
I watched a little bit.
If they develop him right, maybe a year or 2, 3. So with all that being said, the Bengals, I got them winning that game. Joe just got too many. He got enough to take care of the New England.
Yeah, I was just about to say whether Jamar Chase play or not. I don't believe in New England right now. It ain't too much they can do to. I'm looking at everybody else. It's gonna be interesting to see how the season shape out, but I see New England being in that bottom 5.
Yeah, they're gonna be drafting a left tackle to go along with their brand new quarterback.
Yeah, so they just gonna stay and just go ahead and catch our L's. But it ain't really too much I can really say other than what he just said. I got the Bengals winning that game, regardless of if Chase come out there and play or not, which he looking like he probably ain't. But Burrow, like I said, if he get hurt, they're gonna have to throw that label on him. I hate to say it, but man, I don't like the way they be treating to give it favoritism to quarterbacks. Because me, I just call it how I see it. I don't really got no I ain't got no dog in the fight. So if a quarterback ain't what the people were saying they is, like a lot of people whole thing is whatever their narrative is on the quarterback. Like if you like a quarterback, everything you say gonna be in favor of them no matter what they do. But anyway, I got the Bengals winning that. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to Houston. Now I think it's gonna be a
This
good
is
game.
exciting one.
Versus,
I said this is gonna be an exciting game right here.
Yeah, Houston versus the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I'm very excited that I want to see what both of these teams do. Now, as y'all know, the Colts have our old offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen. Which I think is a very good. I think he's a very good coordinator and potentially head coach. We'll see how his head coaching pan out over the years, but I like the way he run his offense. I think Anthony Richardson. I think he in a situation where he went to a very friendly offense for the style of play that he needs. So I think that's a team that can develop him. Like I was saying earlier with the Justin Fields thing, a lot of times it depends on where you go. So I think there's a good place for him to be at right now. I'm gonna be interested to see the offense. I don't know really a lot of moves that they made. I don't even really know a lot of people who own that Indianapolis Colts team. Now you may know. You can talk about it in a second because I don't really got a lot to say about it. But like I said, I'm interested from the standpoint of I like Shane. I still like Shane, even though he's not our coach no more. I want to see what he do over there. And plus they in the AFC, so I can I ain't gonna say I'm a root for him, but I like Anthony Richardson, so I'm gonna be watching his career. And then on the other side of that, we got CJ Stroud. Now that boy, hey, that boy a dog. I like him coming out of college. I never thought Bryce Young was better than him. And I don't think Bryce Young went to a good situation in Carolina that's necessarily telling the story with how good he is as a player. So I'm not holding that against him, saying that just because he didn't have a good season last year, that's who he is. But regardless of that, I never thought he was better than Stroud. But anyway, I like what Houston got going over there. They are building. They didn't went and got Diggs. They got that boy Tank Dell. That boy is nasty. He becoming one of my favorite wide receivers. Tank Dell is becoming one of my favorite wide receivers. I wish he was an Eagle. Who they got at running back? They got
you can't forget Collins, man. Nico
yeah,
Collins is
Nico
a dog
Collins.
too.
He a dog too.
He held him down. He held him down when Tank went down.
Yeah, he did. He did for sure. He was balling out. I didn't even see that coming. Like he was already, doing
Nobody
his thing.
did.
I didn't see them being down somebody like Tank Dell and then him just like becoming a one-man show almost.
Mm-hmm.
Who they got at running back?
Joe Mixon.
Oh yeah, they got Joe. They got doggone Joe, and that's gonna be. Hey, they got a little squad they building over there.
Because they also got Schultz at tight end, so
they can make some noise in the AFC. This might be like one of them teams that I don't know about this year, but for the foreseeable future, could be one of those teams that's battling with this could be a Stroud and Mahomes show over in the AFC, but we'll see. It's a lot of good quarterbacks and teams in the AFC, so we'll see. A lot of times your season depending on your health, injuries. We'll see. A lot of things could derail a great team. But I got Stroud and them boys pulling this game out. What you got?
Yeah, man. I ultimately I got Stroud kind of picking up where he left off. Obviously, there's no real hangover from the season before. But with all the additions that they have, I like Joe Mixon as a running back. Also on defense, they was able to add to a defense that was already good.
Yep.
with Daniil Hunter at as a pass rusher to go along with young Will Anderson over there. And just a well run ball club with D'Amico Ryan. Uh,
Hell of a
they
coach.
always gonna be in the game. They well coached over there, so I'm anxious to see what they look like. Um, can't say enough about Sugar Shane Steichen. That's what I call him. Sugar
Sugar.
Shane Steichen. Don't leave the sugar out. Just to echo what you said, love him as a coordinator. Richardson's season was cut short last year. He got hurt like week 5, so I'm anxious
Y'all
to
running that
see.
man.
Yeah. Don't overrun him. But I'm just anxious to see like what he looked like in year 2.
Yeah.
Is he gonna still look like a rookie? Because his season was cut short, or was he able to soak up and just from the sideline? So we'll see. And at running, they got some weapons over there, at least on the offensive side of the ball.
Right.
With
They still got
uh
Jonathan Taylor.
yeah, Jonathan Taylor, they got Pittman.
Yep.
Their second wide receiver ain't no slouch either. So I mean, they got pieces along with Sugar Shane drawing up the plays. And that their defense is always tops, at least a top 10, top 15 defense
Right.
every year. So I don't know if they're good enough I mean, I guess we'll see. Starting off the year with a division game is always tough because somebody got to lose. But it should be a good one.
I think with them having, I think with this being what they call that man, AR-15.
Mhm.
I think with this being Anthony Richardson first game back, of him coming back off the injury, like you said, him not even playing a full season last year. Now I'm not saying he can't come out and win the game, but I think that'll be the difference in them winning and losing the game, because I do think that Shane will put them guys in position to be out there and compete and be able to win this game. But I think at the end of the day, Stroud and them boys will go ahead and edge them out. Now, this could be something later on because it's a division matchup. So the next time they play, the Colts might, end up taking it. I wouldn't be now if the Colts go out there and win the game. Would I be surprised?
Family business.
Not necessarily, but I just think they might just be a little bit too much for the first game of the season for the Colts.
It should be a good one, man. Family
I think
business.
it's a
I
good game.
also got the Texans winning that one.
Yeah, I got the Texans winning that one. Let me see who else we got. All right, we got Jacksonville, Miami Dolphins. What you thinking about that game?
Man, we got, of course, the ice cream man led Jacksonville Jaguars. He Doug Peterson, I still respect him as a coach. I still think he's a hell of a coach. Um, Still never really believed in the quarterback that they got over there. He just got a bag this past year, but I think it was more so out of necessity. I don't hate that they paid him. They kind of had to shit or get off the pot. I don't think that it was as bad of a move as paying like a Daniel Jones. I do think that he got, more potential than that. I just don't think that he, is already a top 5 quarterback.
Right.
Still got a lot left to prove over there. He got some weapons. Himself. I do like the running back that they got over there. Also Christian Kirk out wide. They got a few pieces over there for the young buck, but I don't have them winning this game though. I got the Dolphins winning. I think that Tua is gonna be super motivated. He just got his bag. Of course you got Tyreek Hill and Waddle. They just got a lot of weapons, man, and it seemed like this is their time of year. The Dolphins kind of start fast. They like to play in the warm weather, so um, McDaniels he's a hell of I don't know about head coach, but he at least know what he's doing on the offensive side of the ball. And I think that'll be enough to edge out the Jaguars.
Yeah, I got Miami winning that game as well. And I ain't gonna say I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. It's just like he said, I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback. Like they need to just put it in perspective. Like he a good quarterback. There's nothing wrong. He a middle of the pack. Right now, he a middle of the pack quarterback.
Mhm.
He ain't too bad. He ain't great. He middle of the pack that type quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, he got pretty much got paid. I'm not even one to. I like quarterbacks back in the day when teams pretty much they didn't move off a quarterback so fast. I think you got to get these guys time to develop. So I'm not saying that
Mhm.
Jacksonville made a mistake in paying him or they need to get rid of him. I'm just saying be real about it. Like
Yeah.
y'all thought he was gonna be something that he hasn't been so far. And a lot of that is on the media and people putting their expectations on him. A lot of times, y'all need to just let these players come into the league and be who they're gonna be. Stop putting expectations on them because of what they did in college. Because we all know, and y'all say it whenever stuff start going wrong. The NFL is not college, so
Mhm.
it's rare that players come into the NFL and shine like how they did in college. That's a rare thing. Like it's only the top percent of players that just come in and they just better
Oh.
than they because in the NFL everybody is really good. So it's rare
Mhm.
that you one of those probably 1% players that's top of the NFL, top
The
of the
best
top.
of the best.
Yeah, you the best of the best. So anyway, with that being said, like I said, I got Miami winning that game. I do like some of the things that they got going on over there in Jacksonville. I think Doug gonna always give them guys a chance to compete.
Mhm.
I think Trevor Lawrence give me some H2O, but I think Trevor Lawrence thing is sometimes he try to play hero ball. He do make a lot of mistakes. Sometimes you just got to take what the defense giving you. I think a lot of times, instead of him just picking up first down, he chunking the ball downfield trying to get it all in one play. Man, you ain't got to be a hero. Just pick up the first down or protect the ball. So hopefully by him, being in the league this long, he's finally starting to click for him or whatever. And we'll see this season. Miami, they got a track team over there. They didn't them boys went out and drafted another running back to go with the running back that they already had that was fast as I don't know what. So
Most of the A-chain.
I guess they say if he go down, I guess we got another one. No, who they got?
They got because they had Raheem Mostert, which is a
Yeah.
blazer, but they drafted A-chain last year,
No, I'm
and
saying they drafted another
they
running
drafted
back.
another one, so
Yeah,
they tripled down then.
yeah. So they drafted another running back who fast is I don't know what. So that's why I
Yeah, they
said
just
next
them
thing
boys like speed over there.
so I can see them just running all over them boys. I don't know. I know Jacksonville has had a pretty decent defense. I don't know any moves. I didn't really pay a lot of attention to them and see what they did. I'm sure they probably tried to shore up their defense some more. I don't know if they lost any pieces or not from the defense they was building, but we'll see. I had to take a look at their game, take a look at their roster, and see what they got going on. But I just think Miami. I think Miami gonna come out and take this one because I like what they got going on all around the board, offense and defense. They just went and paid what's his name, cornerback.
Yeah, just paid Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, they just paid Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey is starting to be around for a while now. They gave him 3 years. When by the time the end of this contract come, we gonna because he done had a couple injuries as well. I ain't really heard too many people say it, but I mean, he's still a great cornerback, but he seemed like he might have lost a step. But I think he still was worth the money. It was I think that was good for them. Go ahead, lock up a corner position.
They had to.
Who they got on the other side of him.
It was Xavier Howard. I don't
Was
know if
Xavier
they.
Howard,
I
but he a
don't know if
free
he's
agent
still
right
there
now.
or not.
I think
Um.
Xavier Howard a free agent.
Oh, okay.
I think he on the couch right now.
So, I don't know. I don't know, man. Whoever they believe, I guess they believe in whoever it is, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a huge name.
Yeah. So, regardless of whoever it is, I think that offense is gonna be enough to go ahead and take care of Jacksonville. They
Yeah. Just their time of year. They normally start off, 2, 3, 4, 0, 4-0. They don't really get in trouble until it get cold out.
to start getting close to playoff time. But
Mhm.
we got Carolina versus the New Orleans Saints.
These are two teams that I don't think did a whole lot um to change their situation. Panthers, they was just in a rough spot. They had a lot of holes, still do. I do like the pickup of Leggett. They added Deontay Johnson from the Steelers. They already had Adam Thielen, but they had him as a number 2, and he's at this point in his career a 3 at best. So hopefully that shows that he can fit as a 3 better than a 2. They got Booby over there, man, Miles Sanders. But it really don't matter what the weapons are if they didn't bolster that offensive line from my boy Bryce Young. Um, that's what it's gonna come down to. If they can protect him, he should have a decent season. The NFC South is not particularly strong, but any it was really like a race to get a quarterback. Whoever had the most proven quarterback has the best chance to win the division. And basically that's what Atlanta did. They put themselves right at the top. Just by quarterback play. To at least put themselves in a position to win the division. I know you a big Derek Carr guy out of with the Saints. I
I like
never
that.
really I never really been a
I
Derek
don't
Carr
think
guy.
I don't think he a doggone top 5
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean
Always
that's one of your guys though.
Yeah, I always kind
Yeah.
of like Derek Carr. I think he had some great seasons that was derailed by injuries, whether it was him or other people on the team. And
Or just being a bad team, being on a bad team.
yeah, on a bad team now. I feel like if he had a been just that one year, they was balling, and this man messed around and got hurt right there. It was playoff time or whatever. But nah, he do make his share of mistakes. I think he's a middle of the pack quarterback. He's just a middle of the pack quarterback that I like.
That you like.
And not that I don't like any other middle of the pack
Yeah.
quarterbacks. I pretty much it ain't really no quarterbacks that's starting quarterbacks that I'm really just like, other than probably like Daniel Jones or maybe some rookies that haven't proven anything yet. There's no really quarterbacks that I ain't gonna say I'm just straight up just like I don't care for them. But like I said, other than like maybe like Daniel Jones, a lot of these guys who I probably would have named not even starting quarterbacks no more. So um, yeah.
I just had to go off star power, man. You know, Chris Olave is a dog.
Man,
Kamara is a dog.
it's time. I want to see what Kamara, because last year I think he was suspended a little bit. Then I think he got hurt. So I want to see what because Kamara was one of my favorite running backs for a while, and then he just like a couple things happened over there, and New Orleans where they at now. But I'll be interested to see if he bounced back this year.
Yeah. So, with all that being said, I got the Saints winning. They always tend to have a decent defense over there. So for that reason alone, along with the weapons that they have, I just trust the Saints more to pull out the division win
Right.
in the first week.
Yeah, I agree. I think I think Carolina is a couple years away from being competitive. Maybe after this season they could one get that offensive line straight. Two, um, just fill a lot of holes that they need to fill. They definitely in their rebuild mode. They didn't let Brian Burns go and all them boys.
Mhm.
So right now you want to grab some young talent and grab and stack draft picks.
And they
So
need to see what they need to actually see what they got out of Bryce Young, but he
see, it's
need to
hard to
have
see it. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
hard.
what I was about to say. He need to have a fair shot at showing them.
And that's what because I was gonna say that, but then I was like, it's kind of hard to see what you got in the player when they're in a bad situation. Justin Fields.
Mhm.
So I got New Orleans winning that game. I think Derek Carr can go ahead and pull that out. Um, it's some good middle of the pack quarterbacks that can see. That's how it used to be back in the day. Everybody was just like had okay quarterbacks, like all around the board. Like it wasn't too many Tom Brady's and Peyton Mannings. Everybody had a little decent quarterback that could go out there and win you a game. They gonna
Mhm.
be enough to win you a game.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
So yeah.
Moving on to the next game. Let me see.
Oh, this gonna be a good division one. It's a few division games in week 1.
Yeah, it is. I was looking at that yesterday. So we got New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings. Now this is why I think we got different picks. Because so far I
Yeah,
think we had the
I really like what the oh, I need to change that. But yeah, I really like what the Vikings did in the offseason. Um, they needed a quarterback out of JJ McCarthy. Um, he coming off of a championship season in college. So unfortunately his season has been derailed due to injury. So
I hate to see
he ain't
injury.
gonna get to show what he got this year or develop. But Sam Darnold is the guy. Had a decent camp. You know how we feel about people having decent camps. That really don't mean much. But he got them weapons, man. He got dogs over there. He got Justin Jefferson being one of the best wide receivers in the league. Jordan Addison being, he came into his own last year with Jefferson going down. So he really got a chance to like figure out what it took to be successful as a number one wide receiver. And I think that has to help him going back to being the number 2. TJ Hawkinson as a tight end, and they add Aaron Jones, which has always been a hell of a running back for the Packers. So he went over, switched colors to the purple and the gold. And their defense is always stout over there. So with all that, the Giants, I just don't respect the Giants. They have been in the basement of the NFC East for I say the better part of 5 to 6 years. That's almost I wouldn't say a guaranteed sweep, but definitely a guaranteed dub for the Eagles every year. That defense this year is going to be better than it's been over the past couple of years, but ultimately I got the Vikings winning this one.
All right, with that being said, I got the Giants winning this one. Let me get into why I got the Giants winning this one. Now, y'all heard everything he had to say about the Vikings, but how I feel about the game is logic don't always win the game.
That's the fact.
The best team don't always win. And I give you a good example of the best teams don't always win, and using logic to pick them don't win. Because every year we playing pick them. It's people picking games like DP wife, and she be over there she be over there beating the brakes off all us, and I'd be like, why she picked it?
Yeah, no logic to
Why
it.
she
No
picked
rhyme or reason.
why she picked the Patriots to beat Kansas City, and then they'll win? You'd be like, what? I was like, we just being too smart. I don't know what she using over there, but be smashing us like some parts during the season. Then we might mess around. Some might mess around and pull it out at the end, but it'd be like a point. It's like every season she just be getting off with crazy picks. I'd be like, what? But anyway, I don't know. I just feel like the Giants. I just feel like they gonna win this game. I can't even tell you why. It was something just telling me like I ain't. That's why I say I don't got no logic for this game because I don't really care too much for Daniel Jones. I do like they deep. I do like Now I don't know about they got a new defensive coordinator over there in the Giants. So I don't know what exact. I like some pieces they got over there. Now they could have kept Xavier McKinney. Well, they should have paid the man. I don't know what's up with that. They should have paid him. You gonna go get Brian Burns and then you spent some money
on
anyway?
the back end.
Like what? I mean, yeah, they gonna lose. I don't know what made me pick going with the Vikings. I don't know what. That just answered my own question. Nah, but
it's all you need to know about the Giants.
But I do like
two best players got off yesterday in the same game. So you had you had McKinney picking off he picked them off, and then Saquon running wild, man. They were supposed to pay them both.
Yeah, in fact, I don't know what they got going on over there. That's why they gonna lose this game, and I'm gonna look foolish. Which don't even think I'm a little foolish because people are already like, yeah, that nigga ain't even. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put me down as the Giants. And then like I said, they got a new defensive coordinator over there. I know Wink Martindale was who they had the last couple of years or whatever, and we knew what to expect out of him. Just sit back there and
your nose off.
I do like some of the pieces that they have over there. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. But also like looking at the Vikings now, he told you all the stuff that they got going on. I just feel like they're gonna choke. I feel like they're gonna choke this game away for some reason. And the Giants gonna be able to sneak in a week 1 win. Now can't tell you what they're gonna do week 2 or any game after that. I think they played the Washington week 2. They probably gonna get beat.
They're gonna take a L.
Yeah, they probably gonna get
That's
beat.
family business, so
and Washington owe them one anyway. Washington owe them about 3 or 4, but anyway,
they owe everybody by that logic. They got swept last year.
Yeah, so because if they don't win, they're gonna go 0-2. So I think they're gonna be by week 3 they're gonna be 1-1. So I got the Giants winning this game with no rhyme or reason.
With that being said, we gonna move on.
Oh yeah, next game is I think these 4:00 games. It's the Raiders. I think there's another one we might have that's different, but we got the Raiders and that's a division game. We got the Raiders and I'd be wanting to call them boys San Diego so bad. The LA Chargers. I like them better when they were San Diego Chargers, but anyway.
They rolled off the tongue better.
Yeah, rolled off the tongue.
With this one, this is a different one, man. I like both of these coaches. I'm so glad that they gave Antonio Pierce a chance to be the head coach of the Raiders. I feel like he gave them some energy to turn the season around. I mean, they didn't really go too far, but at least they had hope for this year right here. So they still don't have a quarterback. But I think Gardner Minshew is gonna lace them up for him this year and be their starting quarterback. Obviously Devontae Adams, he's there. He's always a dog. Maybe a little unhappy just because of what's around him. But I mean, that's what happened when you take the money, man. You gotta that's your medicine. Take your medicine. I think Harbaugh is a good coach. Everywhere he go, he seems to eventually turn it around. Now, I don't know if he'll be able to turn it around in 1 year in LA, but he has some pieces there. And I think that Staley I don't know what Staley was just playing too much. as
Hey,
a
he was
coach.
there too long. I'm surprised. Why this dude? Like,
he was
I ain't
he
never
was
seen
just playing
nobody
too
stick
much.
around that long. I'm like, man, I ain't even the business of getting
Firing coach.
fired, but everybody knew this man should have been gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it was time for him to go. Um, I like Harbaugh as a hire there. We'll see. We'll see if Herbert ever pans out to be what they say he will be. This year
Will
he's
be
starting
what
off.
they say he is. They goating this man
Yeah,
already.
that's true.
They act like this man doggone won 2 Super Bowls already. All he had was a good rookie season. Man, get out of here.
but he's starting off hurt. So will that be the will that have
He
anything
doing
to
his
do
his
with a slow
chauffeur
start?
impression.
Yeah, both of them gonna have a crutch potentially coming in the next year.
Right
But
there.
they went out and grabbed 2 running backs from the Ravens. They got J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, which are both
That boy was
fantasy
hurt last
studs.
year.
For a little bit, but they lost Eckler. I think that's a big loss. He was the heart and soul of anything they had going on the offense
TD
side
machine.
of the ball. But they went out and got a left tackle in the draft. They got probably one of the best that was in the draft. We'll see if it matters. You just never know with college players if they're gonna pan out to be what people say they're gonna be. But yeah, I think I trust the Chargers more, but I'm not too confident, and that's like a toss up for me. I can see either team winning. Um,
So you
gun
going
to
to
my head, Chargers.
All right. With that being said, I'm going with the Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders because I think them boys gonna run through a wall for Antonio Pierce. If
I can
they
see
if
that.
they playing with the way playing for that man like the way they was playing for him last year, and they done had a whole off season with this man, they about to go in there and knock these boys' heads clean, smooth off. Watch what I tell you. I got the Raiders winning this game, man. I got the Raiders winning this game. Now I know what's gonna probably hold him back a little bit is Gardner Minshew because he got these same little mistakes he always make.
Every game.
He ain't never really cleaned up. I don't like the way he throw the ball sometimes. He underthrow a lot of his balls.
He shot putting them bitches.
Yeah, he got this thing where he underthrow like balls sometimes or whatever. But anyway, man, he got a couple other little things he do. Y'all know what he be doing. But anyway, I do like the Raiders as far as like coaching wise, and a lot of times look at the Giants like 2 seasons ago. Nobody saw them doing that. Not that's why I like Brian Daboll. So I think he a good coach. I just think he in a bad situation. But not to get back on the Giants, but I think he a good. I think he about to get fired, and it ain't even his fault. But anyway, I'm gonna move off that. But I got the Raiders winning this game. I do like what both teams doing. Like DP was saying, I like Harbaugh over there, and for the Chargers. Now y'all already know how I feel about Herbert. Now I ain't even saying that I dislike Herbert. I just don't like the way the media portraying him, and I don't let the media. I don't let the way that they talk about him make me dislike him. All I'm saying is tell the truth. Because a lot of times people allow the media to, if they don't agree, they allow that to make them hate a player, which is not the player's fault that the media is saying these things. So it's not Justin Herbert's fault that the media keep saying he top 5. So I don't harbor anything towards him for that. But I do think it's few coaches that can come in and like turn teams around. And I think the Harbaughs, both of them, pretty good coaches. But I think people like the Shanahans, the Harbaughs, you got your Andy Reeds that can really just go to okay to bad organizations and turn them around. And like I don't like DP said, I don't know about in a year, but coaches like that, they go around and you give them some time, they'll turn your whole organization around. So I like the hire. Maybe he could get the potential out of Justin Herbert that
Maybe.
that everybody else keeps saying that he basically been doing already, because every year he top 5, but the man don't even go to the playoffs. But anyway, I got the Raiders winning this game, man.
Yeah, we split on that one. Man, we got the Seahawks and the Broncos. Not a super sexy game, but at the same time, I like what the Seahawks got going on. They got tons of weapons on both sides of the ball, from DK Metcalf, Lockett. They got my man in the backfield, Walker Jr. They got a stable of running backs, actually. Geno having a resurgence to his career. I'm glad that somebody got a chance to develop. It didn't work out for him with the Jets because they was the Jets. But
he ain't right back.
him getting that second chance, he seemed to be running with it. He got him a paycheck. I don't know how I missed it, but I didn't know that
he got paid.
No, I knew he got paid. I didn't know that Pete Carroll wasn't the head coach no more.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Did he? Yeah, I mean, obviously, the only way to not be a head coach no more is to get fired. But I missed it.
Yeah, I don't think he got fired. I think
he just left. He
left.
He didn't renew his contract or something.
I think, if you ask me, I think it might have been a situation where, like, it was a mutual, hey, get the hell out of here, and I'm gonna leave.
Like they did Bill. Like they technically didn't fire him. They let him leave on his own terms.
It might be time for you to go ahead. We ain't gonna fire you.
Like, we can escort you out, or you can walk out on your own.
Yeah, they was like, we ain't gonna fire you, but you ain't gonna be the head coach no more either. So I mean, I think
you can do what you want to with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even like what's my guy name over there at the Tampa Bay? What was when
Ty Bowles?
No, before Ty Bowles.
Before Ty Bowles. You talking about Caldwell?
No, there was the head coach when Brady got there.
Yeah, Bruce Arians.
Yeah, so it's the same situation with him. Now he working in the front office. Basically, they told him they didn't want him to be the head coach no more. And they was like, you can get this front office job, because they made it try to seem like he didn't want to be a coach no more. But really, they told him he wasn't going to be the coach no more. But they just didn't put it out there to the media like that. So I think it was the same type of situation.
It's funny how some people get protected.
Yeah.
And some people just downright get.
I mean, he kind of deserved it though. Pete Carroll earned his stripes to kind of like go out like that. He a good coach. Yeah, it seems like a lot of players like him. Now, I do seem like a lot of players dislike him, but it seems like a lot of players do like him and respect what he had going on. And as far as what he did for the organization,
I said they got a ton of weapons over there.
Yeah, they got a ton of weapons over there. I don't know how you missed the Pete Carroll thing though, but
me either. I guess I was too wrapped up in Eagles. Eagles news.
What was going on was the Eagles season was over, and you weren't watching no more sports, and you missed that. That's exactly what happened. You wasn't watching because I remember seeing it or whatever. But anyway,
I didn't say nothing about the Broncos. Bo Nix over there, young guy. I got Seattle as well. I don't really see the Broncos doing much of note, but I mean, they got Sean Payton, and Sean Payton got his guy. Now, what that means, we don't know until they play the games, but he seemed to like Bo. They don't. I don't think they got enough weapons on the outside. But maybe the system. They got Sutton. They got They had Judy. I don't know if they still got Judy or not.
Who?
But they had Jerry Judy. And
nah, Jerry Judy went to dang, where did Judy go? Jerry Judy went to I can't. It'll come to me in a minute, but he ain't there no more.
I think they got KJ Hamler over there. But some young guys. and Bo Nix. That defense is always stout. Glad to see that. Well, not really, but I mean, it's good for Pat that he got paid. But sad to see that it won't be with the Eagles. I guess he just wanted too much. But yeah, I got the Seahawks winning that one.
Yeah, I got Seattle winning that one. Now a lot of these games I've been like, yeah, I like what they got going on over there. I don't know what the Broncos got going on over
I
there,
don't like what they got going on over there.
other than them having Sean Payton, which I'm not even gonna say that give him a chance
Right.
because most of that is people judging Sean Payton off of what he did with the Saints. He got to do it
Right.
again. So
Plus he don't have Drew.
Exactly.
You know,
so
that make a hell of a difference.
Make a hell of a difference. A lot of times, stuff go hand in hand. Like the whole Brady Bill thing. A lot of is it Brady? Is it Bill? Now Brady made it look like it was just him by going to Tampa. But at the end of the day, Brady started his career with Bill, who helped develop him and get him to where he was. Because if Brady had been playing for another team, he probably might have never been the Tom Brady that we know. So a lot of that was Bill. And you got to think about they had some great defenses over there as well.
Great defenses.
So I think a lot of that just went hand in hand, and Brady
had time to develop.
He had time to develop, become the quarterback that he was, so that when he did go to another team, and even when he went to Tampa, people act like they forgot that he was struggling when he got over there. He was struggling until that bye week, and they started putting in his old offense,
his old plays.
Yeah, so don't act like Brady just was the best thing smoking, went right over there to Tampa Bay and started getting off. They was getting their head beat in by the Saints and all type of stuff. So
don't forget that he let the Cowboys retire his ass.
Yeah, man, I ain't forget that Chicago game when he got up holding up fingers thinking it was hey, so he was
what round is
it? But anyway, I got Seattle winning that game. I don't think and Jerry Jeudy, I just looked it up, he went to the Browns.
Okay.
We gonna get to
them. That's right on time.
Yeah, we about to get to them in a second. But yeah, I got Seattle winning winning the game. I am interested to see what Denver,
who's their head coach?
Who?
Their new head coach? Seattle.
Oh, I forgot who their new head coach was. Let me look it up before we
I completely missed that.
Before we move off of them, I'm gonna go ahead and look it up. But I do like they still got that man over there. DK Metcalf.
Yeah, man. I got him on my fantasy team.
This dude DK Metcalf, man. I don't even know what to say about him. Sometimes I don't know. That dude a trip, man.
He is.
But I like him though.
I hate we passed on him.
I hate we passed on them, but I like the situation that we got now, so I can't be.
Yeah. I'm not.
We passed on him and Jefferson.
I'm past being bitter about it.
Especially,
but I can say the only reason why, not to go off on a rant, but the only reason why I'm not torn up about Jefferson is because I didn't really, I really didn't want him nowhere though. Like, I mean, we needed a wide receiver, and we needed a good wide receiver, but him getting off really didn't do nothing to me. DK getting off pissed me off all the time because we could have had him, but I really wanted him. That just goes back to my off logic about if a player pan out and I wanted him over him not panning out, and I don't feel guilty about it. But shit, that's another story for another day.
Hey, they hired Mike McDonald, Seattle head coach.
I don't know how to feel about that, but I mean, he inherited some weapons, so
yeah, he did. I think they'll be straight. They'll kind of. I'm not gonna necessarily say they will or won't pick up where they left off, but they still got pretty much the same pieces they added to it. I do like the third wide receiver they added over there.
JSN.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna they got enough to go ahead and beat the brakes off Denver or whatever.
Broncos.
Yeah, it's the first game of the season. That's the only reason why it'll probably be close. Just like that doggone Patriots game. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the next game, which was that the Browns Cowboys?
Them boys. Man, they had a interesting offseason, man. So for the longest they didn't do anything. And then they did more of nothing. And
The day
to
before
top
the
it,
season started.
yeah. So I mean, then they started to do something. Of course, they knew they was gonna pay CD before the season ended last year. But for some reason they just paid him yesterday. Everything that he wanted, really.
They could save so much money.
Yeah, they could have saved by switching to Geico, but they didn't. So, you know,
I'm
I
glad
mean, but Dallas in that situation where they lost some pieces. They lost Dan Quinn as a defensive coordinator. They still had Mike McCarthy, um, which is good for that because he don't have to learn a new system. Um, they got CD, which is going to be the entire offense. Dalvin Cook and Zeke in the backfield, which I mean, senior citizen home back there. I really don't have too much high hopes, but at the end of the day, they still got enough weapons to win at least 9-10 games. So with all that being said, I got them losing to the Browns.
um I have the Browns winning that game as well. I like what the Browns got going on over there. Now we don't know what Deshaun Watson gonna do.
This kind of like a make or break
Yeah,
year. I mean, I know we say that shit every year, but no, for real though, like it's time.
I never I didn't say that about him last year, but I do feel like that. I feel that way about him this season. Like it's gonna be make or break for him. Whatever rush that you had or you needed, whatever you needed to get through.
It better have be
uh,
gone.
Yeah, I mean by now you didn't have like what two off seasons
2
or
to
whatever.
3 years.
Yeah, so he'll go ahead and because the media talk about you like a dog as soon as you come
Mhm.
back or whatever. I don't really like be on the same page as the media.
Nah.
I feel like for me, this year is kind of like make or break for him because I kind of like give people a chance, especially if you ain't just straight up trash. Now, if he had been straight up trash, I'd have been like, hey, it's already over for him. But we'll see what he got going on this year. He do got some weapons over there. He got Mario Cooper, Jerry Judy, and I think they got
They got
what's
Njoku as the tight
they got
end. I like
Njoku,
him.
and they
I,
got what's AJ Brown the wide receiver AJ Brown be working out with
working
I
out with. I don't know.
don't know if he work out with him, but I think they like friends or whatever. Hold on,
I
let me look
just I
real
just
quick.
hope Chubb can
They got some
bounce back from that horrendous injury because
man. That was my favorite.
that's the second time he done had an injury like that. So hopefully he his videos that surface of him squatting the rack again. But hopefully he can get back to at least 80%, 80-90% of what he was because he was one of the top running backs that nobody knew.
Elijah Moore. That's who I'm thinking about. Elijah Moore.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
got Amari Cooper, Jerry Judy, Elijah Moore. Now they got some other wide receivers. I don't necessarily know them two dudes, but they might be one of them at least look like he might be a rookie. But anyway, so they got some weapons over there. I don't know who they got at running back, but
Chubb and
he ain't coming back for the first game though, is he?
probably not.
I don't think he's
It's
playing the
probably
first
not.
game.
But they got Ford. I do like Ford.
Yeah. That's who. Yep. So I like him. I guess they still got him, but
Yeah, they still got him.
but I like them to win this game because I feel like cause even with Dallas bringing back, they just not paying CD, so he ain't been in training camp and then now CD is a freak athlete, so he might just go out there and still ball out. But a lot of
And he
times,
young.
Yeah, he young, but a lot of times when players come off like missing training camp and not being with the team, they might, start slow.
Mhm.
And we don't know the connection that him and Dak, of course, with them being together so long already, like they already got some type of chemistry. But sometimes, beginning of the season, you got to kind of like
You gotta
pick
shake
that
that
back up.
rust off.
Yeah. So for me, I'm hoping that it's Rusty. I'm hoping they get the brakes beat off of them. I do like the Browns defense over there, so I'm thinking they
Yeah.
can probably pick Dak off, get a couple strips.
Garrett gonna tear them damn tackles up.
I feel like they can put some pressure on them. Jim Schwartz and them boys can sit
Get a pick
the
six.
dogs on them. So
Arr-arr-arr.
I like the Browns defense giving the Dallas offense fits, and I think that now this one thing I will say about I'm interested to see, not necessarily this game, but for the entire season, I'm interested to see Micah Parsons without Dan Quinn, and in a good way, because I feel like he always disappeared down the stretch. And I feel like by another outside person coming in, they might see other
Gotta use
ways
them.
that he could be better utilized that'll keep him relevant
I, ne-
every
I
game and
never
throughout the
even
season.
I
He'll
never
he'll
even
have
thought
stretches, huh?
I never even thought of that.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of been thinking that the whole time because like I've been noticing over the years, like he'll either like disappear for a game or even like down the stretch. Like Michael Parsons he'll be getting off the first half of the season, and then the last half of the season he might get a few sacks or whatever. He might
Or
not be
none.
as relevant. You don't really hear from him as much, and then when the playoffs come, you basically don't hear from him at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if with him learning from a new defensive coordinator, him in the side of a different scheme, would they be, finding a better way to utilize him? Because, like I said, from a lot of times when you on the outside looking in, you see something that maybe the team didn't see or another coordinator didn't see, or maybe it just wasn't part of their philosophy. And I
Right.
know Michael Parsons wasn't really high on what's their DC name?
Dan Quinn. Oh, you talking about Zimmer?
Yeah, Zimmerman. I think at first they was kind of like button heads, but now I think they kind of cool. But he might get the best out of Michael Parsons.
Maybe.
So we'll
Have
see.
come in that double A gap with old Hendricks. Hendricks.
So we'll see. I really haven't heard nobody say that yet. So y'all have heard it here first. But I've been thinking that the whole time. Zimmer might can come because especially when they was butting heads. A lot of times, y'all might be butting heads on something, but it turn out being a great thing, and then
Right.
he end up really like liking Zimmerman. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And also I'll say this too, like they've been having a lot of problems now stopping the run. So maybe Zimmer can stop the run. I know a lot of that was they didn't have nobody in the middle of that defense, and they were and Dan Quinn always used like undersized like linebackers and stuff like that too. So of course they ain't gonna be able to stop the run. So we'll see. We'll see if they able to stop the run and clean up some of that stuff that they wasn't doing with Dan Quinn. Because even though he had the defense on like historical paces, they was disappearing towards the end of the season and in the playoffs. So maybe Zimmer can just keep them on a straight line. They might not be top of the top, but if he can just keep them right here all the way through the season, it might be what they needed. It might be what they need, and they don't even know it yet. So we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's gonna be
I
an
hope
interesting
that
game.
will beat the brakes off them boys. Uncle Elroy gonna
Man, I mean, we talked about it on a previous episode that Washington just did a lot of moves that we like, ultimately they have a rookie quarterback and hopefully it shows. Ty Bowles is a hell of a defensive coordinator. He's historically given us fits over the past few years, especially. But I got Tampa Bay winning this one easily. I don't I don't have faith in Mayfield, um,
Oh, shake
but
and bake.
I just think that Todd Bowles can do enough to the rookie to fluster him.
And sometimes shake and bake. Sometimes he can get in his bag. Y'all, you mess around and
Yeah,
let him
he
get
can give you
comfortable.
one.
You mess around and let him get comfortable in that pocket. You don't heat him up. He'll pick you up. He'll pick you apart. He'll pick you. But if
But
you
I feel like you can say that about all 32.
yeah, you can.
If they in an ideal situation, any of the 32 quarterbacks can slice your ass up.
Yeah, they can slice you up. Oh, but old shake and bake, if they don't put no pressure on him, they let him. He can extend plays too. His extend playability is underrated. He can extend plays. He throw the ball pretty well. I like the way he played in that. So last year they had to play San Fran, and he almost eke that thing out. He down the stretch. I remember watching that game. Down the stretch of that game, he kind of was making some plays. Now I think they had some costly, boneheaded plays or whatever that ended up costing them the game.
They tore our ass up. I know that.
that ended up costing them the game, and San Fran. I think San Fran ended up winning, but Shake and Bake can have his moments or whatever. Now it'll be interested to see. Like I said, I think Washington gonna have a pretty good defense, but it's week one, so it's hard to really tell what, even if they do have a good defense, they might not be what they're gonna be week one or whatever. So a lot of teams gonna catch teams slipping. So not only am I hoping that Tampa Bay is a better team, but I mean catch Washington slipping. They might end
all
up.
Baker got to do is find what side Forbes is on.
Man, that boy, hey, let me tell you something. Hey, you know what? I was getting ready to start. I was getting ready to start going off, but I remember a particular person saying that we wasn't gonna get off on their DBs because Forbes was balling out in training camp. And then when the regular season started, yeah, Forbes
barbecue
everything. But yeah, he ain't gonna be. Hey, Devontae Smith won't be doing what he, because you remember Devontae Smith had the year before he caught them long ball, deep balls on him. Yeah, Devontae Smith, let him throw it up this year. It's gonna get that stuff gonna get caught. Blah blah blah. Man, what Forbes was been on the bench after that Chicago game when DJ Moore gave him the business. We ain't see Forbes no more for the rest of the year. Then and then what make it even worse this year in training camp, Garrett Wilson gave him the business. So before the season even started, man, confident shot again. So he let him go. Oh, Mike Evans. They have him on Mike out there, boy. Mike gonna never get that man a business.
It don't matter, because if it ain't Mike, then it's
gonna be Godwin.
Yeah, and if it ain't Godwin, I like their third wide receiver too.
Who the other wide receiver is?
I think his last name Thompson. I can't tell you what his first name is, but
yeah, Forbes, that boy. Now let me say this. Now he might end up panning out later on.
Be.
As of right now, because
I ain't gonna call him a bust, but I can call him trash.
Yeah, right now he ain't it. Right now he ain't it. But I always like to say, man, you got to give a player about 3 years. He could turn into something. These first 2 years is like a learning phase for him. But a lot of times teams won't give you the chance to, get to where you be. He might end up being a dog like on another team.
Could be.
Like, yeah, so he might.
I mean, his biggest problem right now is that he got to go up against AJ and Devontae twice a year.
And not only that, like not only do his IQ, you got to learn the NFL game. You got to get your IQ up. You got to get your and he undersized. Like he a small dude. Like he ain't really all that big.
He's smaller than Smitty.
Yeah, so if he grow into his body a little bit more, like year 3, year 4, he might end up being a dog, like probably like on another team, because a lot of teams don't gonna give you but so long to develop, and then they gonna.
He was a first round pick though, right?
So yeah, that might help him out.
So I mean, he might at least have time to get
Maybe,
like you
but
said, maybe year 3 or 4.
maybe,
We'll
but they
see.
did just get rid of Dotson, and that wasn't a Dan Quinn pick. So Dan
Yeah,
Quinn ain't gonna be too keen to keep around somebody
yeah,
he didn't
that's
even
a
pick
good
anyway.
that's a good point. I
So
appreciate him getting rid of Dyson too,
yeah,
because
he gonna turn up. But yeah,
wait till he get up to speed. We ain't even need him yesterday.
and one thing I noticed about Washington is they pretty much got rid of all them guys. Most of all them guys that
That
came.
wasn't Dan, guys.
It wasn't a Dan Quinn picks and stuff like that, unless you was somebody like a Terry McLaurin, like a certified dog.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
just
you
somebody.
couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah, if you just somebody who just like okay, you borderline, you like I ain't that ain't my guy. So that's why Dotson was up out of there.
Mhm.
But I got Tampa Bay winning that game. I think they go ahead and heat the Rook up. Now I do think they are probably preparing as much as possible for what Todd Bowles going, because they already know they know he gonna try to bless the Rook, but it's only so
Mhm.
much. It's only so much you can prepare a guy for, and then when you get in the game and see it, it's a whole different story. So they still got Vita Vea over there. How long this dude been? How long Vita Vea been? I'm tired of seeing this dude, man. I'm
He's
ready for
still
him
a
to retire.
beast, though. It's one
Hey,
thing for you to be in the league, but he's
he
still
is.
a beast.
That boy still out there doggone with that lawnmower. For real, every time
Giving
he
them
get
the
that sack.
blues. He was just damn putting somebody on their head in the preseason. He ain't
Yeah,
but
so
29 though.
Vita Vea,
He's still
he's
pretty
still out there
young.
doing. He's still out there doing this thing. I just be tired of seeing him every time we got to play him. But
Yeah, he got drafted in 2018. So yeah, it
yeah, oh yeah,
seemed like it was longer than that.
it
But
do seem like it was longer than that. But
yeah, but he basically, you know, he like in his prime right now.
then they got Kalijah Cansey that they just got a couple years ago.
Mhm.
They got him. He been looking pretty good. Um,
I like
but
that young pass rusher they got. It's probably like his second or third year in the league. If
who?
that, yeah. They they got a pet. I can't think of his name right now. Let me see.
Jane Cansey?
DN. No,
Oh, okay.
Tampa Bay. But yeah, I got Tampa winning that one.
Yeah, I got Tampa winning that one. I think now I don't know if it's gonna be a close game or not. I got Tampa winning. I hope it ain't even close. I hope Jaden Daniels in his first game. Now I do like Jaden Daniels, but
Me
one,
too.
he had to go into the division, so now I can't root for him. Two, um, I just hope he get baptized. He get welcome to the NFL, young boy. But I
Mhm.
do hope Tampa Bay win the game, regardless of how they win the game. Um, a lot of I just a lot of fan a lot of Washington fans just got hope right now. I just want them to be
Crush it.
second. I just want them to be second guessing that hope for at least another week before they breathe the brakes off. The Giants.
But if they happen to lose, oh man,
Oh, 0-2. Oh
yeah,
man, the
they
sky is falling.
go and meet Owen.
But
Don't
nah,
nobody want to meet Owen.
you know the crazy thing about that Washington schedule is they could go 2-0, they could go 0-2.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I got Tampa. I got Tampa winning this game. I like what they doing on offense. Like I said, Baker Mayfield's another one of those middle of the pack quarterbacks. He can win you some games. Have you right there in playoff contention down the stretch. So
It's
we
got
got
it's got good game potential. Next game we got a playoff rematch. Oh man. So we got Detroit Lions and the LA Rams. That's gonna be a good one. Obviously we got two quarterbacks who basically switch teams. So I'm sure that's gonna get mentioned a couple times. But
it
I
did.
like what I like what the Lions, they got going on. Obviously, they made it further than they made it in a very long time. Um, Dan Campbell just seemed he's one of them culture builders that went in there and changed everything. Took him a couple years to do it, but now, similar to what you said with the Raiders, it seemed like them boys will run through a wall for him. and they got a team full of dogs. Offense they stack. That offensive line is top 2 or 3 in the league, which allows them to get off in the running game with Gibbs and Montgomery. They got St. Brown, who just got paid on the outside, along with Jameson Williams on the other side, and
That's a
they
bad man.
just stack, man. They just stack. They got that tight end from the division. No, they got rid of TJ, but they got a tight end, Laporta. Laporta is hell. I like him. He actually on my fantasy team too. But
Yeah, they tight end went to the Vikings, right? TJ.
yeah, they traded him to the Vikings, but that's why, because Laporta was a dog, so they felt comfortable with trading him in the division. And then of course we got the Rams, who are just in that they in a little bit of purgatory. Like I think they went through that phase of F them picks, and they got a Super Bowl out of it. They just lost Aaron Donald, which is one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Obviously, similar to us losing Kelsey, it's not really any replacing him, especially not with no one person. But I think they in football purgatory right now, so I really don't see them having busting too many grapes. And with that being said, I got the Lions winning, and I got them winning big.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think barring week 1 hiccups, they should go out there and do damage. But I do now one thing about the Rams is Sean McVay gonna always have them guys in contention.
Yeah, I do like him as a coordinator. Like he know what he doing as an offensive coordinator.
He gonna dial that. He gonna dial it. It's some guys out there that's gonna and they all kind of like under that same tree. They gonna scheme up some stuff, and people gonna they got was that Puka Nakua and they
Nakua,
got
dog.
man they
Cooper
got
Kupp,
Cooper Cup. So they got some weapons over there.
Kyron Williams coming out the backfield. I mean, of course,
Mhm.
Stafford. He just one of them savvy vets, and now he got him a Super Bowl ring. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
he
that
gonna be a wild card at times because you don't know
yeah.
if he's gonna feel like turning the ball over today or if he gonna be slinging that thing. So,
Mhm. All I know is my boy Jalen caught him one last year.
yep. So, let me plug this thing in for my computer. But
That was loud.
yeah, the whole world heard
This shit needed to be charged.
Ain't somebody taking a cup of water, boy. Drink the whole bottle. Damn, I'm thirsty. But but anyway, I got and who was it? LA and who? Oh, Detroit. So I got Detroit winning. It's hard for me to say a team gonna win big week 1, but this could be. It's so the thing about week 1 is you have a lot of close games, but you do have some blowout games too, just because it's week 1.
For the same reason.
Yeah, for the same reason. So this could be one of those games. We haven't got one yet, so we kind of do. We do some blowout games. There's gonna be some teams that get their head knocked
It's
off.
gonna be 1 or 2.
Yep.
I just hoping one of them gonna be Washington.
Yeah, last year it was the Giants. The Giants got their head.
Ooh.
They got their head beat in like 2-3 weeks ago.
They never did recover from 40-0 though.
Man, what?
Like that do something to you psychologically when you don't even pinch the bitch.
Man, they quit right there on the field. First game of the season.
It was over.
They didn't come back to life.
Saquon was already an Eagle week 2 last year. He just ain't even know it.
They didn't come back to life until they played us, and that was the last couple games of the season.
Yeah. Everybody playing
And,
spy
and I
football
don't
in
even,
week
and I ain't
72.
even gonna say that they came back to life then. We just was dead. So,
Yeah, we was a floater.
but yeah, so I got Detroit winning that game. I think I do like what both teams are doing right now. Detroit, they kind of in that same boat as Green Bay. They're gonna be one of those teams down the stretch that's in contention for playoff and that one seed. Long as they pick up where they left off last year, they got the pieces. They didn't went out and got the other cornerback. We got Quinyon Mitchell. They went and got Terrion Arnold, which was another great pickup for them. Sure up that corner spot. I like what they're doing on defense and what they're doing on offense. What's my Amon-Ra St. Brown is probably even before last year, like that year before last year, he was already becoming one of my favorite wide receivers. Last year, he kind of just like solidified it. He definitely one of my favorite wide
You
receivers.
remind me of a more dangerous Golden Tate.
Yeah, I knew you was about to say that. As soon as
Mhm.
you said he reminded me, I was like, he probably about to say Golden Tate. He do remind you of Golden Tate, but more dangerous, like you said. Like he just a
Because
dog.
his route running more crisp. See, the thing with Golden, he was just a yak god. So he got the best of both worlds out on my
Yeah.
Ross St. Brown. He
Yeah.
can hit you with a nasty route, and he got yak.
Mm-hmm. So I like what they got going on over there all around the board. I can see us because we don't play them this year, right?
Not into the playoffs.
Yeah, so I can see us having to play them in the playoffs. I can see us having to see Green Bay again. Um, it's just the teams that's in contention. It's gonna be a sleeper team that nobody thinking about that's gonna go crazy probably. We're gonna probably see San Fran in there. A lot of this stuff is depending on injuries. So I did see Jordan Love is out for a while due to an MCL injury. That wasn't season injury is pretty much about what they said. I'm hoping
So
he comes
a month
back.
ain't too bad.
I hope he get back with a speedy recovery because I like to see what teams gonna do at pretty much full strength. Like what
Yeah.
you gonna do? And then this is his second year starting, so it's like you gonna freeze up, you gonna have a slump, or you gonna pick up where you left off last year or whatever.
But
So
it's also his first year
what
with a
expectation?
bag. And it's his first year with a bag. And once you get paid, analysts feel like nothing else matters.
Man, what the world? Once you get paid,
Once you get paid, you
that
supposed to
change
walk on
everything.
water.
You the same quarterback you was before they got paid, but once
Now all of a sudden you don't need no weapons no more.
that's one thing you'll probably never really hear me bring up is they paying this
Man.
guy this much. He should be doing that. I think that's what put a lot of now I'm not gonna let the media plant that in my head that's what teams thinking, but some teams do think like that. So I'm not gonna I one thing that a couple things that I dislike is coaches playing guys because of where they was drafted at and coaches playing guys because of how much they making. You putting yourself in a position to lose game because you don't have the best man on the field because you putting somebody out there based on how much they getting paid or where they was drafted at. And it's a
That
guy
makes no
who can
sense.
be doing way better sitting on the bench because he wasn't the first round draft pick or he not getting the same amount of money as the next guy, whatever. I don't care how much they paying you. If you over there effing off, you need to be on the bench or second string or some kind of rotation or something like that. But was that the last game?
Nope, we got one more.
What's the
It's
last
the
one
San Francisco 49ers
on the Jets?
and the Jets, the
Let's
New
go.
York Football Jets. Um, I mean, it's not really a sexy game to me. I feel like with it being the first game of the season for both teams, it's probably gonna end up being a defensive game.
I
Um,
I kind of look at it as like our game against Green Bay.
Yeah, it's got the potential to do that. It really just depends on, it's some variables in there. We don't know how Aaron gonna look coming off the Achilles, um, especially in the first game. We don't know if it's gonna be anything with San Francisco because they had some pieces missing all the camp. But I mean, at the end of the day, Shanahan's offense is Shanahan's offense. And it runs through McCaffrey. But I do like the Jets defense. They defense been holding them down for a couple years now. And it seemed like a healthy Rodgers put a battery pack in them boys and give them like hope for the end of the season. So
That make a difference.
it should be a good game though.
I think it's gonna be a good game, and like you said, this should be two pretty good teams. It's the first game of the season, like you said, but it's two really teams who have the potential to be two really good teams. Because even though San Fran was in the Super Bowl last year, like that don't mean they ain't got nothing to do with it, who they are this year. So we can't necessarily say they, what we probably think
But
they are
you
ahead.
know,
But with
historically speaking, though,
the pieces they have,
yeah.
both teams have a lot of weapons on offside and outside on offense and defense. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the Jets got going on. I really like their defense. I think they are one of the rare teams who have the type of defense that could be, because a lot of times defense and offense are like complementary. I think they have one of those defenses where, like, even if the offense ain't good, they still gonna be doing their thing. And
Because they had to.
sometimes now I'm just saying it's because they had to, but at the same time, it's like the scheme that they run and the players that they got. Because if you look at the Super Bowl, the year we went to the Super Bowl, our defense was good, but we played a lot of complementary football. Like if the offense was doing their thing, defense was doing their thing. I mean, not that we wasn't, but you could tell we was playing our best ball when both sides of the ball was doing their thing or whatever. But I feel like the Jets, they just got the type of defense where, like, even if the offense was trash like it was last year, they got the type of players on defense and the scheme where it's like we still gonna hold good teams to low scores. A lot of teams ain't gonna do that,
They
even with
get
a good
us.
defense. Because like last year, San Fran had a pretty good defense, but if they offense was sputtering, the defense was sputtering. So I think it's gonna be a good game though. Who you got
You
winning?
got winning it. For me, I got San Fran pulling it out.
Yeah. I think I put San
Ultimately,
Fran. So let me.
I got them. I got them
No,
pulling that one out.
I'll put the
Oh,
Jets.
you got the
got the Jets.
Jets.
I got the
Okay,
Jets.
so we split on that one too. I mean that one's a coin flip. Actually, I don't really feel
I think I had the
strongly
Jets.
either way.
I think I had the Jets winning just because I think I might have been looking too much maybe into the Brandon Ayuk thing, but I do think he's a good key piece of the offense. And the other dude who they got, Ricky Pearsall, he done got shot, so he won't be there.
That ain't funny, but it's just crazy the way you say it.
I know, but he didn't got shot because it seemed like they was bringing him in to be a key part of the offense, and he ain't even gonna be there. Brandon Ayuk, even though he just got paid, he haven't been there the whole camp.
Yeah, but
I
I
think
mean, he could
I
still
think
be a
this is a
decoy.
game, huh?
He could still be a hell of a decoy though.
Yeah, I think this is a game, and he gonna always be a hell of a blocker. So that plays a huge
Yeah.
role, especially when you blocking for somebody like CMC. And I think Shanahan is smart enough to see if the offense is struggling, just give CMC the ball and get the hell out of his way. But
And Debo.
yeah, and Debo too. And he gonna scheme some stuff up, but I do think that the Jets end up pulling this one out off Rodgers, Garrett Wilson connection, because they look like they got something going on. And I think they just I think it's something to say to a team belief. Like I think just like with Tom Brady going to the Bucks, a lot of that was just they believed they could win.
Yeah,
A lot of
he
that,
put a battery pack in the boys' back.
a lot of times is what you believe you can and can't do. But I got the Jets winning that game. We're gonna see. I'm ready to see that game. But no, that was the last one. That was the last game, man. We're gonna see who was right, who was wrong, how these games go, who get blown out, what games are close. And that's all we got for y'all.
Man, this has been another dope episode of the Down South Philly show. We out. We gonna try to get you one of these every week. As we work on our content, we pushing this stuff out. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Be on the lookout for the new merch that we got dropping pretty soon.
Mhm.
That's all we got for today.